In today's video, I'm going to show you why you should learn 2D animation first if you want to become a 3D animator, so stay tuned. Hey friend, my name is Eon and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel, the channel that is specifically aimed at everyone that is new to animation. And if that is you, welcome, you are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. Now before we start with this video, I just want to invite you to my Beat AI challenge. It is a 3-day challenge, and if you want to learn animation but you are concerned about the future because of AI. AI is getting so good, and more people are using AI for animation, and maybe more companies will start using it, and animators might become obsolete. So you may not think you have a future in animation, so why learn it? Well, I have good news. I created this 3-day challenge to show you how you can become an animator, have a successful future in the animation industry without being affected by AI at all. So if you are interested to take this challenge, in the description box below there's a link. Just click there and go and sign up. It will be worth the investment for you. So I hope to see you inside the challenge. And so today we are going to talk about if you want to become a 3D animator. So let's say you are new to animation or you want to become an animator, and so you don't know where to begin. You watch all the Pixar movies or the Sony animation studio movies and you are inspired and you want to do 3D animation and you don't know where to begin. This video is for you because I truly believe the best way to learn 3D animation is to start off with 2D animation. And today I'm going to share with you exactly why. And I would love to hear your comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? We all have the right to disagree, but I would love to hear your comments. Okay, so the first reason why you should rather become a 2D animation first and then later on to focus and convert over to a 3D animator is because 2D animation is a lot cheaper. It is just a fact. Even though you get free software like Blender that you can do 3D animations with, you're still gonna need a decent PC with a decent graphics card that can handle the animation, or maybe just to render your animations. You might not render it on your own PC, but now you'll have to go and pay a render farm to go and render your animation. So it really becomes extremely expensive if you want to do 3D animation. Where 2D animation, you don't need a massive graphics card to handle 2D animation. So 2D animation is a lot cheaper for you. So that's why it is a great way for you to start off with. Then the second reason is when it comes to 3D animation, there's a lot more to master, okay? So there's a lot more that you need to learn. Like for example, in 2D animation, you don't have to light a scene, but in 3D animation, you have to light a scene. In 3D animation, you need to texture every single prop and character, where with 2D animation, you don't need to do that. So there's a lot more things that you need to learn when it comes to 3D animation. So that means when you learn 2D animation, there's a lot less for you to learn. Okay, so I always believe you need to simplify. If you're new to animation or new to anything, if you want to learn faster and grow faster, simplify everything as much as you can. And that's why 2D animation is a lot more simplified because there's a lot less you need to learn. Like I've mentioned, you don't need to learn about textures and materials, etc. You don't need to learn about lighting a scene, etc. So the learning curve for you is a lot easier. You're going to learn a lot faster because there's a lot less to learn. So you can start animating a lot easier, or a lot earlier, a lot faster. So that's the second reason why I highly recommend you start with 2D animation, because there's less things to learn, so you can learn faster. And that brings me to the third reason. The principles of animation, both when it comes to 2D animation and 3D animation, is the same. So, for example, you need to learn your timeline and how to do timing. You need to learn blocking. You need to learn about weight. You need to learn the 12 principles of animation and how to apply it. You need to learn a bouncing ball. You need to learn a walking cycle. So the fundamentals of animation is the same, both 2D animation and 3D animation. So if I go back to the previous point, 2D animation has a lot less to learn, so you can still master all the fundamentals of animation in 2D animation. And one day when you are ready, when you go over to 3D animation, you've already mastered all the principles of animation and you are ready to go. So now when you transition from 2D animation to 3D animation, you only have to learn the extras like lighting a scene, materials and textures, etc. But the fundamentals of animation can be applied both in 2D animation and 3D animation. So start off with 2D animation is a lot quicker and faster, and you will still master the principles and the foundations that you will need in 3D animation later on as well. And then the final point, and this is one that normally people don't think about, is it is to your benefit if you can do both. If you can do 2D animation and 3D animation, chances are of you being hired by a studio is a lot bigger, because they can use you in different departments of their studio. You are a lot more flexible. Plus, there's a new trend in 3D animation. I don't know if you've picked it up, but in 3D animation, they are starting to use a lot more 2D elements in the animation process. For example, in Arcane, they will use 2D animation for some visual effects, etc. They don't use 3D animation for that. So if you can do both, you are a lot more flexible and you are much more valuable for animation studios as well. So it is to your advantage if you can do both. And so that is why I believe if you want to become a 3D animator, the best way to start is to become a 2D animator first. So if I can just quickly recap, the first reason 2D animation is a lot cheaper. The second reason, when it comes to 3D animation, there's a lot more for you to learn. So it is 2D animation will therefore is a lot more simplified, so you can learn quicker. Thirdly, the fundamentals are the same. So if you can learn the animation fundamentals and principles in 2D animation, you can always go and apply it in 3D animation as well. And then finally, being able to do both 2D and 3D animation is to your benefit. And then what do I recommend? What software would I recommend you start off with? Now, I always say the best 2D animation software to start off with is Cartoon Animator. And feel free to, I'll leave a link in the description. Go and download the trial version. And it is the best way for you to learn if you want to become a 2D animator. You'll learn the fundamentals, but you'll be able to create your first animation from day one almost. So I highly recommend you start off with Cartoon Animator, and you can always then move over to a more advanced 2D animation software, and then later on go over to 3D animation. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me. Is 2D animation the best way to transition into 3D animation? Is this a path that you have followed or not? I would love to hear from you. And finally, just another invitation to join my Beat AI 3-day challenge. And if you want to secure your future as an animator and you don't want AI to take over your job or rob you of your future dreams of being an animator, this is a great investment for you. I hope to see you inside the challenge. So guys, that is it for me. I will see you guys next week with another video. So God bless and happy animating.